into a community information. We like to share information about the convention that will be happening in Lowell on July 13th. It's a Sunday at the 50 Keeney Square in Lowell. And this have been organized by a few groups of Khmer Cambodian compatriots. As you may remember, we shared a lot of information about some of the conferences and information sharings on issue that's happening to Cambodian living overseas, and also what's happening with Cambodian in Cambodia. And recently there is a dispute on Thai and Cambodian border. So there are 4 different groups coming together. They have been traveling to different parts of the world, you know, in Europe, in America, in
Canada.
Japan, in Canada, in Australia, and in South Korea, to share all of this information, and people who are also sharing the same concern. So this coming up July 13th, which is a Sunday, there will be a report back to the community on all of this meeting throughout different parts of the world. Some of the challenges, discuss on some of the solutions and what had been done already. And the convention will be taking place at the Low Federal Building, Assembly Room, at 50 Canary Square in Lowell. And it will be again on Sunday, July 13, from 12:30 to 4 p.m. And if you want to learn more, please scan the QR code that is on the screen to access more information, or you can contact the phone number at 978-846-4456. And I like to call out to students who just graduate high school, seniors who graduate high school, who are heading to college, and college students who study, community development and building, political science, diplomacy and governments. Come to this convention, learn how the Cambodian American and Cambodian living abroad voice their concern about their future, and the future of the Cambodian living in Cambodia. And also, if you also study international relations as well, you can also, or even law, right? Like Anya, even law. Just come and hear the report and participate in Q&A session, and develop your path into your passion and future career, and build this step for yourself, because in the future you may be able to connect what is being discussed at this convention in your lecturers or your classroom, and in your field of practice as well. When you do your practicum or internship, right, you're able to relate and make connection of the dot between different community and how they deal with conflicts, right? And how they work on identify solutions. So I encourage all the graduate seniors from high school, college student, either you are, incoming sophomore, junior or senior. It's from 12 to 4. So you got 3 hours, 3 hours of this convention that you can add up and brag about, right? And so come and learn and ask questions and make connection, right, for your future careers. Because people who are attending this convention can be and important people for your future connection, for your either job or career as well. Right? And just to maybe explore your passion a little bit more. And at this convention, there will be a representation from the Khmer Movement for Democracy and the a global Cambodian youth network who will be there. And some of them do study law, and they have done incredible work in terms of standing up against issue that do damage to their community and their society and their nation. So definitely come and make connections and
It's so wonderful, Bong. And the next news on the agenda.
This is how we make this connection, how people come together to check in with each other in terms of how they are feeling, how does what's happening between Cambodia and Thailand affect them, their family here overseas and in Cambodia. So we got this information from the Reuters News that was posted on June 18, and we have a video clip that we like to share with you.
Cambodians gathered on Wednesday in support of the country's government over an ongoing border dispute with Thailand. Thousands joined the state-organised march in the capital city of Phnom Penh. Deputy Prime Minister Hun Mani told the crowd that the rally, quote, isn't to show force or to threaten anyone, and that the country vows to solve the border problem peacefully. The latest conflict was triggered by the death of a Cambodian soldier last month. Cambodia's defence ministry said it happened during a brief exchange of gunfire with Thai soldiers at the border. For decades, both countries have contested sovereignty at undemarked points along their shared border, which was mapped by France in 1907, when Cambodia was its colony. The march comes days after officials held talks in Phnom Penh in an attempt to ease tensions. Although the talks were inconclusive, both sides pledged to continue dialogue. Tensions were rising again on Wednesday as Cambodia accused Thailand of violating its sovereignty. It said Thailand deployed more drones and troops along the border, which Thailand denies. At the rally, protesters including monks and students waved Cambodian flags. Cambodia said on Sunday it had brought the 4 disputed areas to the International Court of Justice. Thailand has repeatedly said it does not recognize the court's jurisdiction and would only use bilateral mechanisms. It is set to host the next meeting in September.
And the ties between the two neighbors are at their worst in more than a decade after a row of over border territory that has sparked fears of a military confrontation following a sharp rise in nationalist rhetoric and the mobilization of troops on both sides of the frontiers. And the leak, of course, we don't have it to share here, but there have been a leak of a phone call between the current president of the Senate of Cambodia, Hun Sen, and the current Prime Minister of Thailand have been leaked and caused a lot of upset for both citizens in Cambodia and in Thailand especially. So these are some of the issues that will be discussed at the convention on July 13 as well. As the community members are coming together and trying to find some solutions and some hopeful resolutions to bring peace to Cambodia, citizens of Cambodia who live in Cambodia as well as those who live abroad, because they do still have a lot of family members living in Cambodia that they are concerned about. Kanya, Nekru, you have any
Yes, but Audrey, I do think it's very interesting that Thailand does not recognize the compulsory jurisdiction of the International Court of Justice, ICJ, and you know what? It has not accepted the ICJ's compulsory jurisdiction since 1960. Can you believe that? That is since a long time ago. And I know that Thailand has been, experiencing peace and prosperity, like while Cambodia, we had the genocide in 1975. But the fact that they has not accepted the ICJ's jurisdiction since 1960, it's a bit interesting to me because during the 1960s and 1970s, the Cold War era, I'm shocked because I was thinking that if a country, living in the Cold War era, that they would go to the ICJ or accept its jurisdiction to protect itself. But it seems like Thailand has been going with the bilateral dialogue since a long time ago. And anyway, Bong, here's the thing though: if the ICJ route doesn't work out, then there is the ASEAN, right? Like we talk, because ASEAN does have this framework in their I think it's called bylaws. I might be wrong, but one of the missions is to deal with neighboring disputes. So hopefully,
yes, they call it JBC. I forgot what it stands for, but the ASEAN they do have a JBC something joint border commission. Yes.
Okay, Bong, great. Nekru, thank you. Nekru, thank you, Bong. That's wonderful. So I hope the ICJ route will work out, but worst come to worst, then we have the ASEAN. At least, that is one last place for us to go to.
Yeah.
But you know what happened? I just got the news from His Excellency Om Sam Ang today that they only planning to put the lawsuit, but they haven't put it yet.
Yeah, they have not filed yet. They just plan. They submit a letter that say we would like to file for the ICJ case against Thailand. But they in fact misleading the Cambodian citizen in Cambodia and in the world that they have submitted
the lawsuit.
But in fact, they just submit a letter saying we are planning to submit a lawsuit. So it's such a disappointment.
It is very disappointing, but I wonder why they are still waiting for. I mean, I think they are falling into the Thai trap again whenever they said, okay, we're going to do the bilateral talk. And then, you know how Thai are. They are very sweet in talking. And now Cambodia, I think, is falling into that trap again. They're not filing it. They're just telling ICJ that they are going to file it.
Right, Nekru.
Why are they waiting?
There's an opinion, different opinions that because people outside of the country are protesting against the current government. So to keep everybody calm and from resisting so much, they just say, okay, we hear you. We're gonna submit the lawsuit just as you suggested. But in fact, I think this is just a game of politics, Nekru. This week, Nekru, I understand we have a special guest coming.
Yes, we have a special guest. Her name is Melissa Light, and she is our rapper. So let's start the interview. Welcome, Melissa.
Hi, Tumipsua. Hi, Mingeta. It's such a pleasure to be on your show. Thank you so much for having me. And hello to you all.
Yes.
We're all fine. And I just want to introduce to you my co-host and co-producer, Tricia. She is the certified college educational planner. And Kanya, she is the legal advocate. So welcome again. Melissa, would you please introduce yourself briefly, please?
Sure. My name is Melissa Latch. I'm 36 years old. I am a public school teacher for Lowell, and I also am a creative culture bearer. I represent the contemporary artists for Cambodian Americans. And so it's my dream to be able to represent Cambodian Americans and break that glass ceiling. So I'm so glad to be here.
Well, welcome. We are glad to have you here as well. And we didn't know there's a hidden talent here in the city of Lowell. And also got to know that you are an educator for the Lowell School District as well. So that is a plus. So yeah, thank you so much for coming on board and let's help the community welcome your talent and get to know your talent. So let's speak a little bit about yourself and your talent and how you have already been sort of share that talent with the community so far. And also please speak a little bit about what inspired you to pursue this dream, being a rapper.
Bruisable.
Yeah.
Well, that's a beautiful question. I think that being music has always been something that brought my family together. That's the nostalgia that I get when I think about the connection to my mother, my father, the Cambodian songs. You know, I don't know the songs, but I'll sing it silly. I'll be like, "Bum night, just nice, still tai lei ban, jumbo, bralyan, bamong lincoln." I don't know the words, but it brought people together. And so I do feel like I, over time, learned the sarcasm of Cambodian humor. You know, we don't say things to hurt, but we say it to laugh through the pain. And so I've adapted this kind of persona in my performance career. And so it was my way to kind of navigate through my feelings. And so I went to open mic spaces where I would sing songs with strangers. And so, you know, you'd think that I would go there and I'd be like, you sing this, they play that. But I was born 1988. And so I grew up on stuff that my older brothers grew up with, which is 70s, 80s, 90s, even oldies and stuff. So what I was going into is grassroots jazz, funk, reggae, blues with older gentlemen, even veterans. And I was like, what's happening? Because, you know, I felt like Pocahontas. I went to 100 open mics and here I am today because as I went to these spaces, I was looking for a safe space of healing. I was looking for a place where I could express myself. And growing up Cambodian, we always have good, okay, you know, and we're always singing and we're always expressing ourselves. And, you know, we're always saying sounds like, you know, we're always expressing ourselves. And so, that's where I really found myself, was in these places with strangers. I always say there's always one of me. There's only one girl and one Asian girl, and you got all these predominantly older white gentlemen. And so I learned how to force a bunch of older men to kind of learn as I taught them. And I said, you know, let's work like birds and navigate together. So it became the stories of my life. And I was healing. I was singing songs about God, about finding my father and his stories and his legacy. So as I'm grieving him after I work 100 days in special education, you know, I'm like, time to celebrate and put my father's legacy to rest, because I wanted to honor him and I had waited. And so after I taught 100 days, I was healing, and that was my healing. And so 100 days later, actually July 15th is when I started to, and within 2 months, I already understood that it was my job to keep going, to continue something that I love, because my child, who's 8 years old, my daughter, sings just like me. She's expressive. And at the age of 5, I see these children in ESL, special education, and they're not able to express themselves. And so that's really my calling, is to be able to teach people to express themselves and choose love, to sing, to dance, to talk. And that's what I did. I went to these places, we handed out instruments, and we vibed, we clapped, we sang. And so that's my dream, is to bring more community to these businesses by integrating the elders, the youth, the children, places that allow BIPOCs, veterans, and autistic people. So that's really like full circle for me, performing at the Lowell Memorial Auditorium. Those were all things that I manifested into life. So you're really meeting me at full circle. And now I'm doing performing arts school with the top performing arts school, and I'm taking like modeling classes because I believe in health and just representing my people however I can, so I can tell my story. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for sharing all of this wonderful thing. You know, you are so authentic, so sincere, and I feel your passion just the way you speak, not just in words, but in your expression. It's all over. It's all about your passion, and it's real and it's true. So this is beautiful to see a Cambodian American, you know, love arts and performance so deeply in the way that you do. So it's a great honor to meet you today. I don't know where in the group found you, but we are so glad you are here to share your voice. Yeah, I can see that too.
It's a scary thing. You know, in Cambodia, I learned that the artists are the most influential. And in America, we struggle with the same thing. And I say, I can make my art any day. And you know, you can't steal it because I improv. So I do it different every time, honey. You can't replicate my history. It's mine. So I say, do it anyways. Create the stories. Let's beat AI and make history. You know what I'm saying? God is here. God is alive through you, through me, and our collective vibe. So thank you.
Yeah. So I'm going to turn the screen to Kanya just in case she has a question for you.
Sure. Thank you so much, Wong, and thank you so much for the beautiful story. So it's our understanding that you will have a performance tonight. So we just want, you know, you to tell us a little bit about the performance tonight, you know, where people can go and watch, and, whether or not you charge the admission fees, you know, just tell us a little bit about that, please.
So my goal ultimately is to just create impact. And so as I find myself at odds with the music industry, with manufacturing, I honestly am just walking the path of God and just really cultivating I sing, rap, poetry, whatever I feel. I just try to give my all. So I'm an improv artist. I freestyle. When people believed in me, I started to, like stamp, like, okay, thank you. And I just kept perfecting my craft. And so what you're going to see is a little bit of just me in my authentic vibes. Authenticity is 6 times healing. I'm a healer. My dad was a monk and a healer. So what I really hope is to bring frequencies, to be my best self and to just create that wealth everywhere else and to share that positive deviance. So what you're seeing is just me in my raw, authentic, prepared self. I go to sing, and I just try to keep in my best self every day. So what you're seeing is raw emotions and me and my feelings. But God is good. I'm an autistic savant. So when I'm on stage, it just shines right through. And that's what I want to give you is just my story, and I want to do it safely. I want to tell everyone's story, but I want to do it without fears. I want to do it with, I want to be able to represent other people so they can say, hey, she rapped. That's cool. It didn't have to be violent. It didn't have to be scary. She said something worth hearing. So I'm here to break those boundaries and do something different. So I do a little bit of soul, a little bit of pop, there's really no boundary. I say, if I dance, I'm a dancer. If I sing, I'm a singer. So you're going to see a little bit of everything. So it's Broadway, it's musical, it's a little bit of everything. So.
And where's the performance tonight, please, if you don't mind sharing the location with us?
Oh, you're coming from Lowell, Massachusetts, in my mother's house.
So you're gonna do it on through Zoom?
Yep.
Okay. And do you have a Zoom link that you can, share on the screen so that people know where to, logged into?
To find me. Oh, we will have the episode available on YouTube, and so we'll provide that link for you. And so it will air live, and then we'll have a YouTube clip of the actual footage on Mingyeta's website.
Wonderful. And do you have the link to the live that people can tune into for tonight?
Sure. I can send you the live too if you want.
And if you don't mind, you can share the screen so that our viewers can, take a screenshot so that they can, go and watch you live.
Sure, I'll do that right now.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I definitely like to see Melissa's performance. So I'm kind of looking forward to any social media connection that we can. Oh, so this is through LTC as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
So there's going to be this is the English version, and then she's going to air at 7:30 in the Khmer version. And then on YouTube, there's an actual place where they post all of these live. So there's a lot of access to it before and after. My goal is to archive as much as I can. I said if I'm going to be famous, if I'm going to be well known, I might as well do it as a martyr. I'll do it for God. I'll do it for the kids. I'll do it for my child. I'm here for legacy, and I'm here for the kids. So.
Remind me again, Melissa. I may have missed it. How long have you been doing this?
So I've been involved in little things here and there. There have been like musicals, talent shows, but I always knew that I was a singer. But it wasn't until 3 years ago where something clicked, and I went down a spiritual awakening. And someone from the 90s, a Black gentleman who was having turf wars with my brother after the Vietnam War, in America with the Blacks and the Asians, and he's like, the world needs to hear you. And I go, Bruce Ball. I'm like, they do? I went home and I wrote down it was poetry at first. It was spoken word. I should do that one for you. And that's where it started. It was very sarcastic. It was kind of like Eminem. I was kind of kung mai kung awa, like, why would you do that to me? And now, so I started to rap everywhere. And then Americans and random people are like, it sounds like Hamilton. I'm like, you know what? It is my history. It's my story. It's my thought process. It's my culture. And so I didn't realize how important it was until I kept doing it. So, and then I did the Southeast Asian Water Festival.
Yeah.
And so this summer in July, when I woke up from all of everything, it was like time to go, time to heal, time to grow. And that's been my mission since. So I'll be honest, I didn't go like serious until the summer, and I just never stopped. And I don't think I want to do anything else because it's so beautiful to stay in your calling. So.
Yeah, no, you definitely have a true talent, and it shouldn't be kept away. It should be showcasing. It should be sharing. And I'm glad that you are here with us today to share. We have, our audience is from Lowell, Lynn, and Amherst, Massachusetts. So, and when we have more access to your social media outlet, we will also share that as well. And we want to promote your talent. It's incredible. I don't know why I haven't heard of you, but So this is the link to Melissa's performance tonight.
Sure.
It's live through LTC network. And what time will you start, Melissa, with your performance?
I hope you like it. I'm so sad for how the world is today. Money's all we value. And when all is said and done, I'm wondering, what was it all for? And if I was never in the real world, tell me now, was it all fake? Instead of learning how to navigate lessons that we take, jealousy is all I see. Reading all that we make, we turn it into anger, get mad and we hate, we fake and we break. When it's too late, I had to make a change. Grow up, feel the pain, earn a degree. Little to no money in our economy. No gains, mobility, no passion in a career to put food on my plate. Learn lessons you gave. Now I'm a slave. Work hard to the grave. Ignore my mistakes and how we behave. Regret so ashamed. Can't stand in the mirror. Ain't nothing to save. Ain't no room to pave the life that you made. The life that I made. The life that I made. Man. Get a car, I can ride, no manual on how to drive, no warning or the signs, leaving lessons behind. We work and we grind, we wine and we dine. Her payment in the loan, instead of paying bills on time, raise the kids until they're grown. Out of struggles and not showing, my past life was worse. They'll never have mine, things I can't control. Life will unfold when I am old. Luxury is time. Success is in my mind, not how we shine. My life's not mine. With money, we find no quality time. Pictures on the wall, or when we recall who we used to be. Shoestrings in a ball, climb trees we fall, neighbors we call. The joy that we had with nothing at all. When life's not fair, good times we recall. How can we stand tall? How can we stand tall? When given everything, taught to go to the mall, eat out every day. You work and we play, you're gone every day. And when we are grown, it's our turn to show the lessons we're taught. That when love is bought, money to be blown, and tired of everything and still got no home. Till we are grown, spoiled to the bones. It's all that I know. iPads and iPhones. Money's not value. It's a dream that we are sold as long as I work hard, survive until I'm old, buy the things I want, things I never had, home for my new family, home when it gets bad, persistent in a future, sacrifice all of my time, spend it all away on luxury, can't even save a dime, looking all around me, poverty and crime, raising you with values, conditioned in our minds, forced into a world, hustle and survive, many no memories, loved ones when we die, too painful to face, to struggle, we cry, raise the bar, break the cycle instead of having pride, refuse to accept injustice. Love our lives, face our demons, build our futures. We can do it if we try. Gave it all we have, not living a lie, not wondering why. Try. Thank you.
Yes, that's beautiful. Oh my goodness. Wow. Now, do you just do rapping without any music and beat, or you also able to create the music and beat to go with your rapping as well?
So I learned that being an autistic savant, I have perfect hearing. It could be painful or it could be very pleasing. So once I learned how to work with autistic children and veterans and people, I learned that it could be therapy. And so I learned how to create sounds with my hands, with my, snapping, clapping, and with my voice. I learned how to. So I'm very much capable of conducting a group of musicians. And so what I started out was with my voice, was with instrumentals, was with poetry, is now a live symphony of whatever God wants, whatever I can work with. And so that's how I learned how to sing in different genres, the rap was just the beginning of something, but singing is actually my passion. So
yeah, and I love how you said you use your talent to incorporate in your teaching as well for, children with different ability,
yep.
Right? That is beautiful because you can draw a voice from some children who haven't been spoken for a while. You mentioned autistic children.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and a lot of them are limited with their verbal ability, and they do have this ability to connect with the arts, such as singing, rapping, and the beat, the physical beat that you are able to create. So that is a plus as a teacher and able to use your natural talent to apply to your teaching and to sort of help bring out your students, and highlighting their ability to learn in a different way.
Right? She said it. You said it. Yeah. We all have different superpowers because I am a teacher, because I'm an autistic leader, because I'm a spiritual person, because I understand animals and I understand sick people. You're right. I can see people's superpowers. I can see the qualities that I have that people project that I'm like, you can do it too. So by doing it myself, I'm showing them they can do it too. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Melissa. I hope we can invite you back next time.
Anytime. I stay ready. Akun-chan.
Yeah, definitely. Will you be doing the performance for Akmai segment as well?
Yes, I will. I'll be singing Akmai this time.
Okay, sounds wonderful. Well, we come to an end of our show now, but we'll see you in Akmai program, okay? Thank you so much, Melissa Lodge, the artist from Lowell, and we want to thank you, our viewers.